guys. Oh fuck, I forgot to... God, I'm an idiot. I'm being mean to my loved ones. You should pity them. Hi Elliot, hey Olivia. Sorry. Me being the smart person I am, I made everything chinchilla proof, but forgot to open the cage door. So, okay. I think... Oh yeah, the mic is working today. The mouse is working today. Let's go! Now we have actually movement. Do you enjoy the idle game? Should I just keep that up and go to bed? That would be too easy, right? Where's Steam? There's Steam. Okay. There's Stanley. How is everyone doing today? I wanna know. I need to know. Okay. True. True. If you're entertained by a button, does anyone really truly know? Because they don't. Nobody knows. And I don't even know each other. We are like strangers, right, guys? But it doesn't matter, right? Oh, why? What's going on, Olivia? I mean, you're from the holidays back, so shouldn't you be like rested and... Well, Olivia, it is what it is. We cannot choose when our problems appear again. Sure, we have adjusted all of the game settings to your exact specification, but who hasn't? That's what I do, like a day job, and now the job is over. Oh no! There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. I still don't really know you, and you don't know me. That does not work, Olivia. I can eat a bonbon on your behalf. It's like a fruit mix. I have no clue what tastes they are, but they're good. Hey, Flo. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games are meant to be played alone. No! Our friend goes away. No, I don't like being alone. Maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. No! I don't want them to go. The one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time if I'm ready for that. Not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you will see me again, if you can find me. You can find them. Talk soon. Ooh. Epilogue? What? Did we click on that? Hey Benjamin, I was waiting the entire weekend for you. Should we click on epilogue? Nah, not yet. I want to click on it today, but right now I just want to figure out what is wrong with this room. What do I have to do in this one room? There has to be a code somewhere, right?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Google is not always helpful, Olivia. Now the annoying thing is here again! Dang it, I have to walk around it. Honestly, I don't have to do it anymore. Cause... No. I have already done all the inputs. Can you the next time just tell me beforehand, please? I want to go in these other rooms. I never were in them.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What am I supposed to do in the huge big countdown room?
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Nothing of that is helpful to me in any way possible.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but no, the purse. That's a lovely purse. Nope, nothing helpful here. Okay, thank you. I can't even go in this room anymore. That's interesting.
Stepping into his manager's office.
Wait, why do we have to do this?
To discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I completely missed the entrance, but who cares? I actually think I have to let RL help me, because I have no clue how to solve this one ending. I thought about it the entire day.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yeah, we know about the mind control factory down there.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the facility. Large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Narrator. Hey, do we want to get the bottom of the thing ending again?
An enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Do we jump down again?
To find out.
Listen to the beautiful music. Or not.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many
boring. Oh, that was close.
to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
And I cannot follow the narrative for the entire time. We have to figure out how to wait. Okay. Phew! How to start the mind control program without letting everything explode.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept?
Oh no! You haven't heard that like 10 times at this point.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Never!
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
There it is!
Controls labeled.
The puzzle I cannot solve.
Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
We both know that's not true, narrator. Why are you even trying? Until nobody tells me that there is no ending to get, I will still try to slam my head against it.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I did.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yep, exactly.
Oh, Stanley.
There's one thing I haven't tried yet.
I really do. But you need to
waiting in front of the store.
There's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off.
Yeah, Nate, I know.
If you my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
Wait, the door didn't even open.
It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
Are you kidding me? So there's no way to go through the store.
We have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
What did Benjamin do, Cassandra?
Before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly.
Do you think that does anything?
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground.
Cassandra, tell me, what did he do? Benjamin, what have you done? Why is your sister angry at you?
This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite...
What has he done again?
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. time doesn't grow on trees.
You hope if you spam a button often enough,
no idea where you're going,
something will happen.
Right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door.
I have one more idea. Let me just wait.
Will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
Next thing I want leaves the control pulled.
One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just
Benjamin, you let me wait the entire week and for you. And then you go partying without telling me that you don't have time because you go partying.
This is not a tragedy.
And
it's a tragedy. You wanted to
you're doing stupid things again.
But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't.
I have the feeling that doesn't do anything.
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say
happy after. And we're back. Benjamin, I'm so disappointed. If you're sick, then don't go partying. None of your actions were smart.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
At this point, he never will be healthy again. All I hear from him is he is sick, he's back in the hospital, or he is doing stupid things.
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
I don't know if I should be worried, or at this point just have given up to worry about him.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. Secrets, the keypad, Stanley pushes
Thank you.
Buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
I can imagine that. I mean, honestly, it's soon a year ago or so that it happened. Okay, maybe not a year ago, but, you know. I know, if the narrator is bored of that puzzle, just tell me.
Door that read Mind Control Facility.
I think that's the only thing you can do at this point. I mean... You tried so much.
The lights rose on
we all tried so much.
Television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I'm honestly just waiting for LL to tell me the solution. Maybe there is not even a solution. Maybe that was the entire ending, that everything blows up.
Jumped to life.
And I'm just being stupid or so.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Who knows?
Co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Ah, there we go. I can't believe that I'm still missing like 20 endings or so.
It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
I hope.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been
I wanna watch the Untamed of him. Because I had to bully him, but I feel bad bullying him if he's sick.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
So,
never.
yeah.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
So now we have beautiful 3 minutes something.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
Oh god, Olivia,
eating,
you're old.
all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Did you know I already had birthday or not?
Began to sink in.
I have to update the knowledge of how old everybody is.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yes, I would just like stand here and don't do anything.
Control of the machine for yourself, is that what you wanted? Control?
Alert. Still so new.
But you need to understand.
Ooh, so you grew up a bit, or? Yeah, I think you grew up a bit.
Let it go. Turn the controls off.
I have a wrong age in my mind.
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly.
I mean, I can still press this off button.
You'll find this pertinent. Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
And then I hopefully have a mod who is here actually every day.
Let's say...
I'm pretty sure she will come back.
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Okay, the timer is here too.
You are the star. It's your story now.
There's this code over there.
Desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame.
I don't know if
little time left to
using
Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know
if it means anything, because I think the password up there is always the same.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything.
I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes
it's a YouTube song, 3 minutes long.
Forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
True, that looks like a... Okay.
This, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take
it's a song from 12 years ago.
It's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
So...
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
I mean, I can still press on the off button.
Put some extra time on the clock.
Oh, you're dead.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Okay. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Never mind.
Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to
I'm not really running from button to button or screen to screen.
In this room,
I literally didn't even left the room.
Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Sold? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
I cannot interact with anything here.
How many times will you replay this, looking desperately for a solution? 10? 100? 1,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you...
I feel really attacked by that one.
Retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again.
At least he's not dying to a fucking bomb he set up himself.
30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces.
I would really assume at this point it locks most of the buttons. I would assume the buttons that are left are the button to the solution, but I just cannot figure it out.
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Okay, so this was also not the solution. Great. Let's see. Today is probably the day Ariel is not joining and I'm like stuck there forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
What do you mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now this annoying thing is gone again. I don't get it. I don't get it. Ba ba ba. Da 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 da.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
You think I could find the solution to this ending in the museum?
Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
What do you guys think? I mean, there was a lot of stuff there, right?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
Did
Control
I try
Facility.
it? Did I try to go there? No. We had this already yesterday. After a while, he doesn't say this anymore. As the only long thing that we still have is like this area where he never shuts up. This escape ending just is killing us. No matter what. But my idea, there's at the end of this ending, before we die, there's a museum with a lot of stuff, credits and stuff. So maybe we would find there a hint towards what we have to do in that other room. Sorry. Hey, Koinami! Thank you for the raid! Didn't even know you stream. Welcome, guys.
The lights rose on an enormous
Welcome, watching me throwing myself headfirst against the wall because I cannot figure out that damn puzzle.
Did he have the strength to find out?
You always shorten everybody's name, Olivia. Yet you have one of the most complex names out there.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to...
Okay, I am back, I think. I'm really sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my bitrate today. There we go, yeah, I'm back. Now, OBS is not crashing, it's like disconnecting. And the bitrate is pretty low, so I hope it's not like really ugly to watch. I'm gonna check it right now. That was too fast. That's not perfect smooth, but not too bad, I guess. I guess I have to check what's wrong with my internet later. But yeah. I mean, every raid is nice and welcomed. I'm sadly the last one to stream from all the people I know. Which means I cannot raid anybody.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
But yeah, I'm still...
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his
running head first into my death because I cannot figure out what I am supposed to do.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Nate.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Okay, see you later,
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay, guys, I need ideas. What could I do?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
What could I do? We have different
emotions,
buttons.
Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
We have a lot of buttons
and as the
here.
cold reality of his past began to sink in.
We have this numbered
Stanley
button
decided
hidden.
that this machinery would never again exert
There's
its
this
terrible
puzzle
power
thingy
over
here.
another human life.
Maybe we could
For
try to
he
brute force
would
this one.
dismantle the controls once and for all.
Let's try to brute force our way through this puzzle, okay?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls,
I did
you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you
Yeah, I
tried to
know.
take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
I honestly just want to know what the puzzle
I applaud
solution
your effort, I
is.
really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think
Nate
you
is
do,
saying
for example,
this.
and I believe you'll find this pertinent.
Nate's the narrator.
Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode.
NATE.
eliminating the entire complex. How long
Nate,
until detonation
short for
then?
narrator.
Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making
Okay,
things a little more
red.
fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time
Red,
to shine. You are
red,
the star.
red.
It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
Red,
Oh, this is
green,
much better than what I had in mind.
green,
What a shame we
green.
have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments
Red,
until the bomb goes
green.
off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to
Green.
talk about you.
Yellow, I already messed up.
Where we're going. What all this means, I barely know
Wait.
where to start.
Okay, after 3 tries, that one is
I'd like to know where your
exploding
coworkers
itself?
A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood.
Okay.
You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
Pinkish
Of course,
purple
that was
4.
merely in this instance of the story.
And
Sometimes
provided,
when I simply let you
continue.
sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing.
Green.
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control
Two.
wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock.
Do we have a dark blue button
These
somewhere?
are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
I don't even think we have a
What's the matter,
dark
Stanley?
blue button.
Is it that you have no
3
idea where you're
attempts
going
left.
or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer
Have a
that
backup
something in
power
this
to
room was capable of
activate.
turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These
That
are
doesn't
the
do
buttons.
anything.
No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red
Wait,
button.
that did
Or this
something.
door. Everything,
Never mind.
anything. Something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
Does this change
This video game can
something?
be beaten? One solved?
This will
Do you
close,
have any
yes.
idea what your purpose in this place is? But you really believe there's an answer? How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution?
Way
10,
too often.
100,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you fail. Just you and me and the retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley
Well,
died
if I
again.
would be able to no-clip, I would
And
do
Stanley
this.
died again. And Stanley died again.
Wait, what? Oh, okay, that
Take a
was
look at
the
clock,
thing that everything
That's 30
explode.
seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Ugh.
No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will
Well,
you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will
do
be
not
happy
know
every
what
second
I'm
of your
supposed to do.
wonderful life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
I cannot fall down the stairs, Olivia. The only area where I fall down the stairs I survive until I don't survive, and the narrator is getting sadder and sadder and sadder.
Simply missed a memo.
I really think we should be able to go there at least sometime. Some point, but... Yes, and I have played this entire yesterday's stream and today's stream trying to figure out how to prevent that from happening, but I just cannot figure it out
Came to a
at
set of
all.
2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
I mean, Olivia, right now we're trying to mind control everybody else or shut off the mind control area.
Yet there was not a single person.
I mean, we
here
can
either.
wait with this
Feeling a
ending.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
And wait till RL comes and asks for a hint.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Maybe
Coming
that's
to
the
a
best
staircase,
idea, because
Stanley walked upstairs to
I'm
his
out of
boss's
ideas. I tried everything I could ever think of.
Here's the door.
RL.
Just go.
I don't know. He's new. We could try to write a Discord, I guess. Do I have to be worried that it's getting corrected to roleplay? The broom closet has the best ending in it in the entire game.
Stanley
The
walked
broom
straight ahead
closet
through the
ending
large
is the
door
best
that read
ending.
Mind control facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret
Maybe
did
RL
this
would
place
tell me that I'm a
hold?
dumbass and there's no
Did he
ending.
have the strength to find out?
That the explosion is the ending. I could see
Now
that
the
comment,
monsters jumped to
honestly.
life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And
I'm really
Stanley,
curious what
one
the
of them,
green glowing
internally
boxes
limited in
are. I
space
see them
where freedom
everywhere.
meant nothing.
A place 431. Yo! How did you summon RL? Olivia! You have to tell me! How did you do that? How are you always able to summon people?
This mind control facility
Olivia, tell me the
was too
truth. In
horrible
reality,
to be
all the
true.
people watching me
Had
are
Stanley
just
been under
alls
someone's
from you,
control all
right?
this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Anyway, Al, I'm out of ideas. I have tried everything I
No,
can think of.
He refused
Like
to believe
everything.
It. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was
Nope.
unthinkable, wasn't it?
I ignore the bucket till I get all the endings I can get.
His entire life utterly blind to the world.
I ignore the bucket. I don't care about the bucket. I don't want the bucket.
The heart of the operation.
I mean, I'm pretty sure at some point I need the bucket because I'm pretty sure that's some special ending for the Ultra Deluxe edition or something.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And
So
as
tell
the
me,
reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machine
is there anything after pressing the no button?
Power over another human life.
The on button, I mean.
He would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I'm breaking my neck. Oh, I saw that coming. Well, then let's press off. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
Nope.
He had won.
How do you know?
He defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened,
First of all, where was the door?
How many puzzles still lay unsolved? Where had his co-workers gone?
How did we come here?
Had they been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber,
So weird.
he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer.
I mean, we know what happens with the co-workers from the on button pressing.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Okay.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
Yep, that was the ending I never made because I thought the other one had more secrets.
Path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Did we die? Pretty sure we died. Yoo-hoo! We beat the game! Let's go, motherfucker! And we're back in the office. Great.
Even now,
What are you telling me? What the?
A distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo?
Okay, why?
Oh, and I guess this is where Stanley felt he needed to be right now.
Oh, no dialogue.
Hallway, here, with no distractions, to study room 417. Not to actually enter it. No, 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 no. That would be far too forward. Stanley wanted to know it from the outside. To see it not just with his eyes, but with his heart. He would know room 417 as no man or woman had ever known the office before. That ladder over there. Oh, and that little picture of a horizon or something. It's all just a never-ending parade of joy.
I mean, I wanted to ask to give me a hint for the next ending because I have no idea how to get to the next ending. This is a bit weird. Is this everything here? Yeah.
Ah, no, apparently not. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
I don't know, I only jumped from it, but...
Yes. Truly
no, I actually didn't jump from the cargo lift. I don't know if that's important. But I jumped from the side of the cargo lift. Like... from the little hole next to it.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Let's go!
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but
oh, that was close.
Back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
Is he serious telling me I should jump?
Come on. I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
Okay, do it!
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
I already jumped down there, so I would have known if I would survive that.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
You know that I know we'll try out every door. There's them all in front of behind me. Wait, there is
Stanley
more?
went around touching every little thing
Ooh,
in the
that's
office,
new.
But it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
That wasn't new. Nothing?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I have seen that there's an achievement to speedrun the ending. But how do you beat this in less than 4 minutes if this dialogue is so freaking long?
Either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
I mean, I have. Do you think I wait? But I was talking about the freaking long dialogue on the way to my control facility.
Stanley walked straight.
So I guess I have to make a speed run next round.
Control facility.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Well, that ending I then probably nearly unlocked the last time I was here. Because I was debating to jump down or not for like forever. With all buttons pressed. That's disappointing then.
Life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images.
I still wonder what this is, green glowing box.
Eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I mean, I'm already sad that you have to tell me the rest of the other endings because I can't find them on my own.
This mind control facility.
I hope it will cheer me up.
To believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really?
I mean, I know I said you should tell me, but
was this the only
it's
reason
so depressing.
He was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Can please go back? I don't wanna be here. I didn't hear the opening. I was expecting this to be open, but I didn't hear it. Maybe I actually waited long enough, but I just didn't realize. Just want to ask, do I have to press the buttons again? Whoa! Because you never go press secret. Okay, what's that supposed to be? Go, Secret Rangers! High resolution secret texture. Dum, dum, dum. That is so weird. Hi, Panda. Look at the beautiful colors! Secrets are everywhere! Never give up on your dreams! Do you hear that, guys? I should never give up on my dreams, according to this game. On your dreams! One of the lines say that. Oh wait, never give up, never what? Oh wait, never back down. Sorry, Olivia. Secret room in 2014. Oh, that was. Oh, it continues. And now? I just wanted to listen to the music, am I right? Is there more back here, or do we reset? Let's get more music, I say.
You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome. You see, back when the Stanley Parabel first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all
How dare you?
lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending. If that enhances your perception of the value of these updates, isn't that what you crave? New content?
New content is really important.
More content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section.
Let's go!
Won't hear it anywhere else in the game.
That's why I jumped down there.
It's just for you. That's how special you are.
Nate, I'm just waiting for you.
Good job, you've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Well done.
Good job. You did it.
Why, Olivia, were you saying new? I thought you wanted to be here for the vibes. So I gave you more vibes.
Good job. You
Made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Up down the catwalk. Should have been careful. You should have been careful. There's to be a bug. Now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier. Welcome back. Feelings don't mean anything. You did it. Good job. You did it. Good job. You did it. Good job. You did it. You did it. Good job. You did it. Good job. You did it. Good job. You did it. Did it. Good job. You did it. I love this ending. Oh, I don't know, so goofy. I love it. I think that has to be one of my favorite endings, to be honest. Oh, okay, Olivia. See you tomorrow then. Okay, how many endings are left that I missed?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Yeah, there is no box in 431. I knew it. The mind control center is telling me that there's a green glowing box, but there's no green glowing box. Oh, then I actually only missed like 3 endings in the normal game? Let's go. No, 2 endings. Yeah, that is actually pretty decent, I would say. Well,
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Great.
Stanley pushed the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
Yeah.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
It's
How
way better.
the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I would just play the same thing again today.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay, let's try this like right away so we don't miss this one.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Well, from
Does
here,
it change?
it looks like the only way forward is
I
down,
assume that
since the lift
some
won't be
lines
coming back, and
change,
that's
so I will
okay.
try out to
You've
do
got a bucket.
everything.
Did you know that buckets are routinely used as cushioning devices? It's
Ooh.
true. You can fall on a bucket from literally any height and survive.
Ooh. That's interesting. I mean, we have to
I'm
try that
serious,
out,
Stanley.
right?
Jump with the bucket. I promise you'll live. I extra
Okay.
double promise. Whoops. Looks like I was wrong.
How clumsy of me. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started. And if it did, it stopped shortly.
The end is never the end, and
Stanley
never
hoped that
the
he would
end,
one
and
day
never
see
the
the
end,
river.
and never is the end, and never the end. True, the bucket would have water, we would have
Stanley lifted the
survived.
bucket into his arms, and
I'm
a wave
sure.
of comfort rushed over him.
Look at all this broken pieces. Dum, dum. Don't forget about this ending. What we can do right now.
Stanley took the bucket with him into this little hallway and closed the doors. This was their hideout. No one would ever find them here. Of
Oh,
course, no one would ever find them anyway because everyone was missing. But
you have
Stanley
to
chose
make it
ignore this
broken,
fact
right?
and instead focus on how cool the hideout was. Just him and the bucket, two renegade heroes against the world, inside their secret, undetectable hideout, here, next to room 417. What a treat.
What did you forget exists, Olivia?
Ah, no, apparently not. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Oh, I realized you guys are talking about
It
dips.
was wrong.
I think the best dip is the
Stanley
one
took the
I'd
door on his
make.
left to go back to the meeting room,
Like, I make two really simple dips.
No.
said the bucket.
Olive
Don't
oil
go to
and
the
garlic.
meeting room. Go somewhere else. The car
And a
lift,
mix
yes.
between
Go
different
there. Good.
sauces I found in the
Now ride the lift all the way to the
Asian
top.
supermarket.
There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to
Okay.
him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I'm too lazy to
here.
wait.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Okay.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Okay, we're obeying blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said
Nope.
the bucket. Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying
Okay.
to resist the bucket's orders?
See you
Stanley,
later,
I was
Olivia.
joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the
And
joke?
you
It's funny,
change your
Stanley. A
color?
talking
I have seen
bucket.
people change the
Ah.
color.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to full... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Okay.
What is comedic timing?
We got a new
What
video.
is comedic timing. How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper.
Ooh, nice.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are
You're
the optimal
not.
conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice,
guys, I'm not
Dunny
sure about
with the
that.
funny. Let's practice screaming, I'm Dunny with the funny now.
I'm Danny with the funny. I'm Danny with the
Good.
funny.
This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random.
How about,
And
guys,
that's all there is.
you guys just give me
With these strategies at your
feedback
disposal,
on YouTube and I don't make you fill out surveys.
Tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
So guys,
Goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter.
Wait,
I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
okay guys, how about that? I'm not giving you a 10-page survey and you tell me what I could improve on YouTubers' comment under this video, okay?
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A
Right.
bucket, you'll say. How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure.
I wouldn't say you're the king of comedy.
The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Oh my god, Errol, you're just like a couple of days here and you already spent an entire day watching me? Holy crap. I just realized I haven't seen King in a while. I guess I have to ask if he's fine.
You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set
Anyway, thanks for the watch time.
They entered the door on the left.
Nope. That's new.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable... that culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault.
Chris, you should probably check how long you have watched.
Immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp.
Yep.
I think...
You spent 9 days of your life and 7 hours watching me.
Surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket...
The balloons are gone.
Two open doors, they entered the door on the left. we're back at the phone already? No.
40 minutes. Not bad either.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Does it decrease the time or is it the same time now?
When Stanley and the bucket
Let's try
came
one
to a
more
set of
time
2
just to
open
make
doors,
sure.
They entered the door on the left.
Different this time.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
It's Gamble, I think.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Okay, it's the same length every time. So I think we are done here.
You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this was all covered very clearly.
I'm very confused.
I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No?
What?
Do not... Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame.
I have no clue what pale means, so...
What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No.
Wow.
No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes.
Yeah. You are not.
More instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos.
Good luck.
Let's see.
Sorry, Leroy. Sorry for the bad jokes. Oh, that is new.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
If that's new, then I'm not touching the bucket. Or Ella?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
We found the whiteboard ending. And dog mode unlocked. Not sure what this does, but it's funny. Oof. Yeah, ignore your bucket. I have to figure out what's going on here. I do ignore the bucket. Yeah, is that a new road? Or is it... Am I supposed to take the bucket? Yeah, can? Yes, but is it like a new ending? Oh, so it's the same after that. So this is like the new stuff. And I mean, besides the dog mode and the whiteboard ending. Oh no! Green Army, be careful! Don't lose all your points! Okay, bucket! Let's go, my friend!
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But
The correct way to my room.
To him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Wow, GG, Chris.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. A cargo lift, yes.
Oh, that's
Go
cool.
there. Go to the cargo lift. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Exactly.
Questioned why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken
No,
to him, and he
Green
confidently
Army.
did whatever the bucket asked.
You lost all your points.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Okay, we have to do this, right? We have to get Bucket home. We have to get Bucket home to safety.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
It's a lot to do, Chris, alone. This game and everything. Look how beautiful our apartment is. And look, there's Bucket. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your Bucket. Press N to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It
Chris
doesn't
is
literally
gone.
talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Oh, hey, Bucket. There you are. We need to press take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Oh no, now you lost all your stuff. Oh, there's the bucket. I'm blind. Press M to go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think.
It can't
talk.
walk.
All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't
just
do
watching.
anything else.
I get coupled with the watch time. Don't listen to the loud man. Press O to for us to go back home. Yeah, I believe in Bucket.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press 3 to ignore anyone in your life except for me. Exactly, Bucket is love.
It's
Bucket
sad.
is the only thing we
Doesn't
need.
anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Bucket is the most nice looking thing. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press K to go home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more,
Bucket is best friend.
sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at
I don't know
moving
what the rate
multiple
is.
from one room to another.
Green Army, I'm sorry. relives the same day with me over and over. Okay, let's go.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because bucket is perfect! To go, press Y to go home, to work, to home, to work, to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less
Yay, look how
confusing.
comfy it
The
is.
bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Don't you dare, it's my bucket.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Okay. I closed my eyes. What did I miss? Go back to work, Stanley. Okay, I think the narrator is dead, but okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I think the narrator just died
Stanley decided to go to the
randomly.
meeting room. Perhaps he had warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
So now red door, because we're not going to do the baby ending. Oh wait. No, that's different. Like the other doors. Okay, there's nothing, like the stuff changed, but no, none of the doors is interactable. And we lost the dog mode, which is very sad.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and
Are you having fun?
Left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Did we? I mean, we could have a. We probably should have a little look in the baby ending.
Simply the place to be.
But we're not playing it because I have to go to work tomorrow.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Oh, don't get your hopes up. We will have a look just to check if there's anything
Don't go
new.
to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Yeah,
There's this
good.
one ending we have to do.
Now ride the lift
Over
all
there.
the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Why is the bucket quiet?
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring...
Oh no, we cannot bring bucket there.
The problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket. I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point, which...
And
if
yes,
that's
it's bucket
true,
discrimination.
well,
You're right.
I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed
I don't know.
properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what
I don't know
is
what a
and
bucket
isn't
is.
a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment. Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Is this a bucket, guys?
Is a bucket.
I don't think that's a bucket.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
What?
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Nah, that's not a bucket, right?
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to think at this point.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Nope.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
That's not a bucket. None of these are buckets.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes, that's a bucket.
What? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. What? This is a bucket.
Okay.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No, that's not a bucket.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
How? Okay. Well, it was not a bucket, but even if it was a bucket, how would it have been
Wait,
not
on.
a bucket?
Find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a
Oh
bucket.
shit, I should have...
Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yes? No? No, because then what I have is not a bucket.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I
Yes,
a bucket?
you're a bucket.
Stanley, I can't
Yes.
keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I
No,
ever
it didn't let me press
I'm afraid
it.
the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No!
Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket?
Yep,
Oh
exactly.
my God, I had no idea.
Great.
Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets. Okay?
Quick question, is
And
there
we'll
another
know that
ending
it's
there if
all
I
a
get everything
bucket.
right?
But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
Okay, there's no other. And guys, don't forget, you're not a bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
That what you just
Stanley
saw
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
was
he
just
had sent me Mr. Memo.
imagination.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
The moment you're
telling him
speed
that
running
the
through this
employee
ending.
lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind.
Okay, then we are done with all the endings over there, because we cannot go through the
To
door.
go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the...
And we get to the really nice ending now, if I remember correct.
Good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way
You
here. I
you
knew
are?
you'd find this
Oh no. Not the
Your
baby.
friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care
The
about you very
fern, the
much.
babies,
It's
the
this bucket
wife,
you're
the
carrying around
PC,
everywhere.
and the
The
pencil
bucket isn't
sharpener.
even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more
I
of their
choose the Broom
favorite jokes,
Closet.
not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Okay, let's follow the adventure line.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yeah, we're back! Da da da! Da da da!
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes. It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Where are we going?
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very
No.
proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a
destroying
wonderful new
button.
addition to the rich lore of the
bucket.
Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it
No.
already feels as though it's been part of the
No,
cast all
I'm not
along.
doing it.
Agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You just gave me bucket. I want even
Now listen
left
to me.
bucket. No.
It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I
No.
don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality
Exactly.
trait.
That's also what I know from
You say,
anime.
how does a character with only one
Wow.
personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset
No!
now. We'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans. Stanley,
No!
give the fans what they want. Hurry and
No, I'm not sacrificing bucket. Bucket is my best friend.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential.
I don't
We were
care.
going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
I mean, I know I have to kill the bucket next round, but... This round, the bucket was my best friend.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps the good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left.
Now he had 9.
And so the two of them detoured.
Gambled 5 and lost 5.
To the opposite door. Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite
Yay!
books.
Good job.
Besides
Green Army, I heard if you want to win roulette, you just have always to bet like the double of the amount that you have bet earlier. Or like now always one more. Bet always one more than the amount you have betted previously. That's how you win roulette. But it only works if you have enough foundation, like enough money.
Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Bum 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 ba da da ba da 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 ba da ba da 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 da.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going
I'm
to
sorry,
have to give some
Bucket.
up. Don't you get it, Stanley?
Bucket, please
We
believe.
need to get
You're
rid
the
of the
only
bucket.
one thing I care about in
That's
this
why I'm
entire
very proud to
game.
introduce a
But
brand new
I need the
character.
endings.
This
I
is
need
the
the
Bucket
endings. I hope you can
Destroyer.
forgive me.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already
so
feels
sorry,
as though it's been
Bucket.
part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
I'm so sorry.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its
Are you kidding me?
personality trait. Sure,
I
can
tried
hear you
my
saying,
best.
how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not.
So I can't
wonder
just
what
go,
sort of Bucket
reset the
Destroyer
game.
merchandise the
Can
fans
I?
will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it for the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and
Well, that's the ending. We have seen this already. There's one thing we have to actually have a look at really quick before we continue, before I forget it. And that's the epilogue. I wanted to wait till the most people are here to watch the epilogue, so let's watch that one really quick. Many, many years later. Hi, we were here already. That's where the time machine got us. And I don't know which ending, to be honest. At this point, I have no clue anymore which ending were which. Were where. I think it was the ending behind the red door? Question mark? I have no clue anymore. Wow! A sandstorm! A new content door. Oh, okay. True, there was a new content door. I completely forgot about it. Look how beautiful the desert is. Actually, really cool graphics there. Or like effects. Let's walk towards the moon. Okay. Let's walk towards the rising sun. Memory house? My god, let's go to the memory house. You cannot force them. Ooh, there's thing there. It's filled up. Oh, that's creepy. Why is that so creepy? Hey, Porter Storm. Review the Stanley Parabel 2. Cookie Nights blog! Oh my god, guys! We found Cookie 9 again! Let's try my time with the origin file with underscore street when I'm visited. First game themed with originality, the Stanley Parabel 2 is still uninspired and often insulting to the fan base. Rather than expanding on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked. An infinite deep hole. Who cares? Where are the new endings? Oh, no! I don't want to be infiltrated by cheese! Oh wait, are you smelly? Are you a smelly cheese man? Like, are you a man made of smelly cheese? Or are you a man made of not smelly cheese? What about enjoyable bits from Stanley Parable 1 like Adventureland? Instead, we get uninspired side quests collecting figurines. Even the division feels complete. Collecting all this figurine gives you nothing. I must say though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. Welcome, reprieve from. Cat dog born, look! Cute. Okay, as long as it doesn't smell, I'm fine with it.
Jim.
We have the gym. Oh, that's cool. That the slider decides that. Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. And Stereopan launched massive success in 2013. Creator made plans to build the property into an entire franchise. But this was critical commercial reception up to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developer to rethink their ambitions outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that more of Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want. Read the press release. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been farther from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the orchestra game and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless insulting creative vision. The word sorry appeared more than 25 times in the press release. Okay, I'm on my way. Cannot press this button.
Jim.
Yeah, only the 3 are doing something, and the 3 I have pressed.
Jim.
He's not keeping the— oh wait, there are more buttons! Let's go! Let's press more buttons.
Jim.
Whoever has named this Jim here, I feel bad for you hearing your name so often.
Jim.
There are more buttons here?
Stanley.
This one is working! Let's go! It's a Stanley! And figurines! Gotta get them all! Thank you for enjoying the new content. Oh, cinematic. Hello again. Okay, see you. Purchase term. Okay, achievement. Nice to see you. I'm disturbed to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. You read what the developer said? Preserves the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. You guys really don't want to go out today. Sorry, I had to close the doors. Green Con. You really give everybody a name, right? Kind of funny. Through the leg, Jesse, we need to keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's wreck it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was Narrative's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make us miss it. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we are going to make Stanley Parable 3. Simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. Doesn't need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for a game. Okay, we need random words. Curse of the... I would say Curse of Forgotten. Or maybe Forbidden. What of the 3 do you like the most, guys? Oh, though I have to choose one. But yeah, I'm talking about these 3. Like, what of these 3 do you like the most? Curse of the Pirates. Curse of the Computer Virus to make it indefinitely long? What do you think? Maybe Curse of the Circles, I would say. Curse of Swimming Pool? I mean, we can do Curse of the Swimming Pool if you want. Then I have to tell you, I kind of want to make it as long as possible, so... Stanley Parable, Curse of the Computer Race is absurd. I love it. Every time you reset the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1. And then we will pick a new subtitle. That way, Stanley Parable will never end. Nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do this. It should just be the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want to have you say it well. Should we do it? I think we should do it. Yeah. Let's do it. Good then. It's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put your faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. See, I'm noting that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there, the achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We are in this together. We are going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral on itself forever. He must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Yeah, let's go. Get it as correct as somehow possible. There we go. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. You're playing the Stanley Parable 3, Curse of the Computer Virus. Great. I love it.
This is the... All of his co-workers were gone. What
So now we have done all
Stanley
the
decided
endings
to go
on
to
the
the
right
meeting room.
door.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked.
Oh, cool.
Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Are you kidding me? Yep. Return to the Stanley 2 Parable Expo Hall. I guess we're doing something different. Instead of continuing, we go down this road. I think it actually happened around the same time the last time. I don't know, but you can make exclamation mark comments,
You see,
and then it will
I've
show
been
you
reflecting on the
what
Stanley
comments there
Parable
are, and then
and
you can
about
like
how roundly disappointing
commands.
this ultra deluxe version
Then you
has turned
can-
out to be. The original Stanley Parable.
No, with
was
an
a
S.
landmark, and any new
Command.
content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
But we're already in the Stanley Parable 3. It's
You
commands.
see, isn't this far
There we go.
superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
I mean, we have already looked at all of this. I just look
Now,
if
to be
there are
clear,
any more
I haven't quite
differences.
nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development
Truly.
is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Yeah, not really.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Let's go to the reassurance bucket with Bucket.
Wait, there are two buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
What?
Stanley! Oh, thank God.
No!
Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk. I hope one day you can forgive me.
Are you kidding me? Now I have to go back to the beginning to get my bucket in here? Don't tell me I have to do this. Because without buckets, there are like no new thingies here.
Calling it the Stanley Parabel 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean?
Or maybe my goal is to go there.
2. Now that's an artistic statement right there. Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement... As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait. What in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Where did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched?
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Green Coon.
Composure, composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parabel 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
He just has a mental breakdown here.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I mean, we have seen the other ones, I think. Are there any other differences if I go there with the bucket? Like, do I have to get the bucket back?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
RL, do I have to get my bucket back, or is there nothing else new? Nothing else, and also same about bucket. You can begin the game with about not reset. Wait. So there is difference. Does the dialogues change if I'm there with my bucket? That's probably the more important question. Okay, so I just don't care about anything here. I can just go to the exit. Oh, I mean, I can't just reset right away. Or? No, without the bucket, it's not different. You say there's nothing else in here. So I can't just reset. Oh, I see. So I have to go through there.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen? A good bucket. A strong bucket. A humble bucket. A committed
Not sure if I
bucket of culture and distinction.
managed to get the heaven ending. Only have like 30 minutes left. Nope.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
All my mods
The door on his left.
are disappeared.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet.
What do you need?
The bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies.
Yeah, the mods can give Olivia points.
Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong.
Generate automatically.
This is your companion and lifelong friend.
Even if you have got my trackings.
Name calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient?
Nope.
That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the
Okay, I
same
think my
sort of
model
kinship
is
towards
just...
any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its...
Hey, can I stop here, please? I think I have to restart the model thingy. It froze and didn't let me fix itself. There we go. And when I try to fix it, I'm not able to listen to the
demeaning
what
comments.
the
Expand
narrator
on the wide
says.
variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together.
Yeah.
Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years.
Years?
Let him have it.
We have the bucket for years?
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Bucket is the best thing that could ever happen to us. And we all love Bucket.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
Okay.
You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Okay, do we get a third sticker or not? Because every time
You know what? I could take the name calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
I guess we go then.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Good luck.
All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
No, is our bucket broken?
This isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley!
Let's go! We have to find bucket!
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
Bucket, where are you?
Find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him.
Oh my God!
Painful.
Oh.
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Oh no! They're like literally in us.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Hey Mariella, nice meeting you again.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself.
How do you come up with all the names so quickly?
Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
She backflipped to work? Oh, that's a great ending.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Okay, wow, what was that? There you are!
The embrace of an old friend,
and we keep the stickers!
Companionship that stands the test of time.
Oh no! I never saw this ringing, so I was like, huh? Is it like part of the ending? Okay, Green Army, good night. Wait. We don't need to go in there anymore, right? We have done everything there. Yeah. So let's speedrun.
Touched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Oh hey Benjamin, are you still alive? Thank you for the look. Benami.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Now remembering the content from a long time ago. Look! There's a memory house. This good thing? Beautiful. That was a beautiful Easter egg there. I have to reset suddenly. Oh, okay. Wait, then let me go back. Oh no, Benjamin, you're getting killed. Wow.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe.
Wow.
The meeting room, yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker.
Benjamin, you should really stop making your sister angry if you want to live a long and happy life.
And entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
You're gonna die. 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 You're gonna die.
Hello, and
it's nice knowing you.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yeah.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra
and he
Deluxe,
loved
a
it.
reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
We loved every second of
Ultra
it.
Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable.
More content, let's go!
Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the
Oh no,
Stanley
never
Parable
again.
Ultra
Never,
Deluxe.
ever,
Oh,
ever,
this sounds
ever,
delightful.
ever,
I'm very
ever,
excited to see the
ever,
thrilling new
ever,
Ultra Deluxe
ever,
content.
ever,
Wait,
ever,
I've just now
ever,
realized
ever,
that bucket job,
again.
It's the bucket I've been working on for my sequel. How did you get your hands on it? Isn't this the preview to the sequel? How do you have the bucket already? This makes no sense at all.
This was the longest 4 hours of my entire life.
Hold on. Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel? I don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of order.
That's true.
What order are all of these endings arranged in exactly? Oh, bloody hell, this game is far too complicated.
I still have no jumps.
So this means you must have already been to my exhibit on the Stanley Parable too, because how else would you have the bucket?
He's smart.
The infinite hole, the gym button. Did you see them already? Stanley, none of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them. They're not even close to finished. How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to Stanley Parable could possibly be?
Olivia will hate
How
you.
the hell to make a sequel to this game?
That's a Discord working? What are you talking about? You joined the Discord. What you meant. Where the problems joining? Does the link not work anymore? You joined Discord, so I will be nice. I won't tell her.
Wait, if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly. Yes, you carrying the bucket with you everywhere
Perfect,
is
I'm
exactly
stuck.
what I set out to accomplish. The bucket is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised. I did it! I win! I made a sequel to the Stanley Parable. Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you.
No
Clinging
problem.
tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the game.
No, not really,
It is
because
a
you wanted
sweet
to destroy
salve
the
of victory on
bucket.
my soul. Thank you for enjoying
Oh,
the
hi,
new
Lycan
content.
Gamer.
The bucket is the Stanley Parable now.
It's going
They
great.
are one and the same. There is no Stanley Parable without the bucket. I win, 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 I win.
I win. Oh, look how happy he is. Look how happy. Here we try to fit something somewhere.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Okay, I want to get at
Stanley
least...
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
I have an ending
and to the
today.
door on his left.
Which means I would have played through nearly all of the endings. Might actually play through all of the endings I know of.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the
We have a
boss's
great
office.
time playing this game here. A bit music to the go. See. Okay, nothing changes, so we can just leave again. Perfect, perfect. We're on a good way.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even
Yeah,
now,
bucket is the
in his
best
darkest of hours,
friend.
Did the bucket's warmth and
It
guiding
helps
light
us so much.
pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos? It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2, 8, 4, 5.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was
Yes.
the bucket guiding him?
Yes, the bucket was
Yes,
guiding me.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
I only have like 4 endings left. I
The
think.
elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown
Wait,
fate.
wait,
It
1,
would be all Stanley could do to keep himself
maybe
together, if
2,
not for the
3,
bucket.
4,
Soothing him, comforting
5,
him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of
6.
uncertainty,
6
he would be
endings,
all
I
right.
think.
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Depending on how you count.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
But these are the ones we have seen to this point.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button.
He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. "Wow," he said, "the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life." Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket
why does the
silent.
button remain
This
silent?
was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Okay, let's go back.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly. "No, no, 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 no," said Stanley to the bucket. "You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been
Bucket
through
Chen
so much
is just
together, and I just
asleep.
want you to see
Bucket Chen's
what
just
I
asleep.
see. Feel the
That's why he
happiness
doesn't
I
feel it.
He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing. "Here we go," said Stanley. "This time I'll really show you." He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, waving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes.
I have to get something to drink. I'm sorry. Zoomed again.
The whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all. Only sadness. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
But Bucket Chan! How can you do this to me? I saved you! From the bucket destroyer!
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's?
How dare
The
he?
question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Okay, then let's try again, okay?
Said Stanley. "I know what to do. I
You have
know
to
how fully
believe.
express this feeling in my heart." He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would
Let's
be
go.
through the public eye that the
Night,
bucket would
Ellen.
finally
Thanks for joining in
understand
today.
Stanley's work. For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single
All
measure
eyes on
further.
Stanley, live on
When the big
stage.
day arrived, Stanley was
Stanley
as
Parabel
prepared
Stanley tonight,
as
live
he'd
on
ever
stage.
been for anything in his life.
Stage 333. 333.
One last chance to win the bucket over.
We have to make
One
this.
opportunity to share a true
Bucket has to
connection with a loved
understand.
one.
Bucket has to understand.
There was no one here.
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Tried so hard to show Bucket what it means to press the button 3. Oh no.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Wait, I cannot get the heaven ending.
Decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, I cannot get the heaven ending with the bucket.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
Wow, so I made all of this clicking. The 4 clicks I was completely wasted.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, we can get one more ending, then I have to go
Stanley
to
needed
bed.
the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
I probably should
Perhaps
stop
his
now,
boss's
but I want to
office was
get
where
more
he'd find
ending.
out. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Wait.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, I try that the next time. I probably would have tried that actually. But I was so focused on that I have to go to bed soon, but I want to do as many endings as somehow possible. I'm being a big dummy.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
I know.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point,
Does this exiting out the game here actually count as separate ending or not?
For each of them.
I wonder. Okay. And obviously that's the perfect ending for today. Do you think I'm just jumped down here nilly-willy? Because it was closer than the mine controlling facility?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Yeah, clearly. Because I knew before the stream that the bucket was changing stuff so much.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, The bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
No, Bucket! I don't care about our life, but we're not allowed to let Bucket die.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious
We have a new area
behold.
here. It's a bucket. Welcome you to the grand exhibit. Standing at the type of knowledge, much like Bucket itself, a human mind is frequently empty within a cavern. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full, enriched, and sustained. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out of you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind that may be challenging about the information in the exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved one as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness?
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket
25
like this
buckets.
and to claim it for his own?
That's
Can you
not
see
25.
the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Oh my god! They had buckets in the Stone Age? With cave drawings of the bucket?
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. Probably a bad idea. How do I... Ah. That's what I was thinking.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine.
What?
Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world.
What?
A new vision.
The bucket knows that if I hold him, he will be crushed too, right? Just asking. As a phone
All of
ring.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Nope.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
What?
he had simply missed a memo.
Guys, I guess that was it then for today. I think tomorrow we were able
How hard
to...
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co.
Shut up. I think tomorrow we might be able to wrap it up. Depending on how many endings are left. Which is a keyword for L to think about how many there are left. Ooh, okay. Good to know then. Now tell me, from your list, Daryl, how many are we missing at this point in time? Counting. Still 14 endings? That's way more than I counted. Has to be some stuff that's new I haven't seen yet. Because I'm through most of the ending we previously had. Like, they're only like the 2 mind control facility endings and the 333 you told me. And the heaven ending. I mean, maybe we can now go through the bucket locked off door, but even that wouldn't be enough. So that will be interesting, I guess. Anyway, guys, thanks you for watching, and I hope I see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye bye.